Hello there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
We're gonna watch the trailer for 1917, which, if it has a year like that, it's most likely a war movie. That's what I've learned from Hollywood's history. Before we hop into this, I wanted to give a special thank you to today's video sponsor. You might have heard of them before, the Ridge Wallet. Let's show them some goodies that John relied on to survive Comic-Con this year.
Absolutely right, in fact. I mean, we gotta start off with the Ridge Wallet. Nifty, minimalist, metal-plated, fits niftily in a front pocket, a shirt pocket, wherever you want it. They also make these awesome weatherproof backpacks, built-in charging port, power banks, man. They got a whole bunch of really useful stuff, and I really love using it. Go check out some Ridge stuff today. Ridge.com/RejectNation. Use the code RejectNation to save 10%! And it's free shipping, so.
Wow. Don't oversell it.
I really enjoy this stuff. This is like
the sizzle.
this
not the
thing,
steak,
man.
John.
You can charge like your phone 5 times. You can charge a laptop.
I said you're overcooking.
I'm sorry. I just love the Ridge. That's a trailer for a trailer.
Dunkirk is a good movie.
It is.
I really enjoyed it.
I like Dunkirk a lot. Ooh.
You have a brother in the 2nd Battalion.
Yes, sir. Is he
Alive. And with your help, I'd like to keep it that way. But they're walking into a trap. Your orders are to deliver a message calling off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't, we will lose 1,600 men. Your brother among them.
Wow. Oh, that is nasty.
last man standing?
Enemy? Yeah, there you go.
What the hell are you doing, Lance Corporal? No!
Oh, wow.
If you fail,
Oh, wow.
it will be a massacre. Good luck.
Boy. Of course, now they're leaf blowing right out. You know, they should give us a schedule.
You know,
they should put in writing when and where they're gonna be doing it. It's just so random. It never falls on the same day of the week.
and this is one big complex, you know, you'd think it would be on a schedule.
You think it'd be a
Like every tenant is like,
wait, you gotta film around it once in a while. Right outside.
hey man, it's real though, and that's what the
It's
people
real.
pay to see when they come here to the for YouTube.
Well, this looks great. I'm hoping this is R-rated. You know, like,
PG.
No, you know what I mean. Dunkirk was PG-13. At first, people were a little bit raising eyebrows because how can you pull this movie off and make it PG-13? And it worked. But first, this one specifically, since it's a lot more on the ground with what they're dealing with, and you even had that one eerie moment where he's like, the soldier is crawling on top of dead bodies, and it's Sam Mendes too. And I know his last couple Bond movies were PG-13. He's made some really good R-rated flicks, and I feel like a war movie this time period, specifically World War I, just being a little bit more on the ground floor, and also to really help distinguish it from Dunkirk even more.
Yeah.
I think making it R-rated would really work to its benefit.
I mean, I would honestly be very astonished if it wasn't R-rated, because yeah, it's like, how do you tell a war story that isn't, you know, Dunkirk's about rescue, but this seems like it's about at least braving battle to prevent, you know, an attack or a battle that's gonna go wrong. This just looked so harrowing that yeah, if they pulled that punch, I would honestly be upset, even just based off this little trailer, because I thought this was a really, really effective trailer. trailer. I just love the aura and the mood and the really tense, gripping tone they struck from like the very beginning. Like it's deliberate and yet really intense looking.
I don't know how much crap I'm gonna get for consistently comparing this to Dunkirk, but the trailer seems really mapped out to sort of reflect Dunkirk. Like the Dunkirk style, at least, you know, like the ticking clock sound.
The clock was the thing that reminded me the most.
Of course, the whole aesthetic of it all. It's a different. I mean, this is not World War II. It's World War I. You know, like still like the mood of it all. However, there are things that really did stand out to me. Roger Deakins' cinematography, I think, looks absolutely excellent, as always.
Oh, yeah.
The best cinematographer working today, and he's shot most of Sam Mendes' movies, if not all. I'm not sure if he skipped one or not, but for sure he shot most of Sam Mendes' films. Got this composer Thomas Newman, who's doing his own Hans Zimmer riff.
That Newman family runs deep, but you gotta distinctify yourself by being somebody else outside your own family.
I mean, they've worked together a hell of a lot, and I think this plot sort of reminds me of Dunkirk meets Saving Private Ryan, actually. I wonder if that brother thing is made up to make it feel more personal.
I'd be curious.
Like, we need to save 1,600 people. Your brother's one of them, so now it's a personal mission, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know how made up that is. I'm not sure if this is like an untold true story, or if this is something that's just made up during World War I. Like, there's barely any information released on it. Wikipedia just had this one little plot description here that I found in between a jump cut that says, 2 British soldiers experienced one harrowing day while fighting in World War I.
Yeah, they've kept the details really under wraps about this. I mean, I guess I would be surprised if this wasn't based on something real, just because, you know, I feel like a lot of war movies, especially now, want to at least root themselves in a real event or something, and this sounds like the kind of thing that would be a true story, because, you know, the point, I think, of a lot of these types of war movies is to show the triumph of the human spirit and inspire and, you know, show the lengths these guys are willing to go to, you know, carry out the order and save these people. I guess I would feel kind of funny if it was just a fully made-up story.
I'm sure it draws on something real. It's just the brother thing. That's where it makes it feel a little bit like Saving Private Ryan to me. The idea of, like, there's one Ryan left. You gotta go save his ass. And
immediately
that's kind of
thought of that,
And I think this is produced by Amblin Entertainment, which is Spielberg's company. So that would make some sense having it infused in here. And even though I didn't like Sam Mendes' last Bond film, Spectre, love this trailer because they intentionally said director of Skyfall, but didn't say Spectre. I really love most of his films. Road to Perdition, I consistently hail as one of my favorite movies of all time. And this does look like one of those things about throwing you literally into the trenches of this specific day, this time, the mood of it all, like you said, aura. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of these tracking shots. It feels a little bit Alfonso Cuarón sort of type of direction, a little bit of like Children of Men infused. Feels like Roma. But a lot of these like
there's a naked fighting guy in this movie.
These very long tracking shots that you have in this trailer.
I feel like there's a certain desire,
like Birdman.
With these kinds of movies, it makes a lot of sense. You kind of want to showcase just how far we went to recreate this situation and to really immerse you into what these people would have been dealing with. I feel like that is one of those war movie things where you always want people to feel as much of the experience as you can. Just the look of those tracking shots combined with the kind of light they're using and stuff just made it look really unsettling and uncomfortable, and it really looked like a gripping, harrowing war movie. The World War I aesthetic too, I appreciate that we're doing that more now because it's, you know, less explored in cinema.
People always forgot there wouldn't be a World War II without World War I, guys.
But, you know, like the type of fighting you're doing, the weapons and stuff, you know, everything is different, and there's a different kind of soldier spirit, I think, that goes with that. I mean, you know, they're all soldiers are soldiers.
This comes out on Christmas Day.
That is exactly where I want to be.
I say, fuck Star Wars.
Yeah.
We're watching 1917.
Nah, dude, double feature. A long, long time ago, and then a longer time ago.
And then Cats.
And then Cats. Cap it all off and feel good.
Colin Firth and Mark Strong are in this. This is the real prequel to Kingsman. Not that shit you saw earlier this month.
And then Benedict Cumberbatch is going to join, you know, the Kingsman. This is the perfect setup.
All right, guys, are you excited for 1917? Leave a comment below. I hope you are enthused. You can subscribe to the Reject Nation, click that notification bell. Big thanks to Ridge Wallet again for sponsoring
man.
this video.
Get yourself
And
something.
last but not least, I would like to give a shout out to a man named Lohit Banerjee. Lohit is a guy who every month is one of our top reward patrons, and he always requests these awesome cinematic game trailers. We've had a lot of great conversations back and forth. He's a film enthusiast. He has some new roommates who are all creative types living together. Yet this entire month, he's ignored me. He hasn't gotten back to me once to let me know what awesome game trailers we should check out for the month of July. Looking at this 1917 trailer, this is his kind of style. Like this is if this
could be a
if this
game.
was game animated, this would be exactly the kind of video he'd send to us. So I wanted to shout you out to let you know I haven't forgotten about you, even though you've forgotten about me. Just like how all of you have forgotten that World War I started it first before there was World War II. Give respect to origins, all right? Road Warrior wouldn't exist without Mad Max. Dark Knight wouldn't exist without Batman Begins.
Really pay respect to the
Really pay respect to who
soldiers in
started
World
it
War
all.
I, yeah, for getting there first.
Just too far or something.
It's too late. Too late for these jokes.
Who have I vainly offended?
We'll find out in the comments, though.